Once, at the edge of a forest, there was a small pond. Beside this pond lived a little one-eyed frog named Uno. Uno had a good life. Enough flies, a warm stone, and a leaf to sleep under. But Uno had a problem. Something seemed to be missing. He watched the other frogs. They seemed happy. Maybe I just need to become better at being a frog, thought Uno. So he practiced until he could jump farther than almost anyone. What a jump, the others said. Uno liked hearing this. For a while. But when the pond became quiet, the old feeling returned. Something was still missing. One morning Uno met a squirrel collecting nuts. The squirrel was incredibly busy. You seem very happy, Uno said. I don't have time to be unhappy. I have things to do. Uno thought this was wise. So he became busy too, always finding something to do. For a while this worked. Until there was nothing left to do. And there it was again. Something is missing. Years passed. Uno became respected around the pond. Still none of it felt quite enough. Then one day an old tortoise arrived. Where are you going? Uno asked. I don't know. Then how will you know when you've arrived? Arrived where? The next morning Uno found him again. I've been thinking, Uno said. That sounds tiring, said the tortoise. I need to become more peaceful. My mind never stops. What does it say? Everything. What others think about me. Whether I'm wasting my life. Whether I'm happy. So how do I stop these thoughts? I don't know. You really aren't a very helpful tortoise. Uno hopped away. But now he had a new project. He would become peaceful. Every morning he sat on his stone and tried not to think. For 3 seconds nothing happened. I think it's working. That's a thought. He tried again. Don't think. Another thought. Soon Uno was more irritated than ever. Eventually he gave up. One evening he found the tortoise. I can't stop my mind. Why do you want to? Because I want peace. And who wants peace? I do. Who is that? Me. Yes. Who? I'm Uno. That's your name. I'm a frog. That's what you are. I'm the frog talking to you. That's your body. Uno became irritated. I don't understand what you want. The tortoise looked across the water. I don't want anything. Then he asked. That thought, I don't understand, to whom did it appear? To me. And who are you? Uno opened his mouth. Then closed it. For the first time he didn't know what to say. That night the question followed him home. Who am I? He tried answering. I'm Uno. But Uno was just a name. I'm a frog. But he could see and feel his body. I'm my thoughts. But thoughts came and went. And yet, he was still there. The next morning Uno returned. I couldn't answer your question. Good, said the tortoise. Good. Perhaps you've spent enough time answering. A thought appeared. This is stupid. To whom did it appear? Asked the tortoise. To me. Who are you? Uno looked. There was no answer. Only the reeds, the warmth of the stone, and the water against the shore. And something Uno had never really noticed. He was here. Before he thought about himself, he was here. Before he was happy, unhappy, peaceful, or confused. He was. Uno didn't know what to call this. And for once he didn't need to. No story. No explanation. Just, I am. Maybe this is it, thought Uno. To whom? Asked the tortoise. To me. Who are you? Again Uno looked. No answer. But that didn't mean there was nothing there. He was unmistakably here. Life continued as before. But whenever Uno became lost in his mind, he remembered. To whom has this thought appeared? To me. Who am I? Again and again Uno saw it. Everything changed. But the simple sense of being remained. One evening Uno sat alone beside the pond. He wasn't trying to become better or more peaceful. He was simply sitting. Then the old feeling appeared. Something is missing. Uno almost believed it. Then he stopped. To whom has this thought appeared? To me. And before the thought appeared, was I not already here? Uno became quiet. There it was again. That simple sense of being. Nothing spectacular. Nothing mystical. Just, I am. And in that simple being, Uno couldn't find anything missing. He laughed. He had spent his whole life searching without noticing that he was already here. The next morning the tortoise was gone. Sometimes another frog would come to Uno with a problem. Uno, what should I do? Uno would look at them with his one eye and ask, "Who wants to know?" More than a century ago, Sri Ramana Maharshi pointed toward this same investigation. He called it self-inquiry. Not creating a better version of ourselves, not destroying our thoughts, and not finding a clever answer to, "Who am I?" When a thought arises, Ramana suggested asking, "To whom has this thought appeared?" The answer comes, "To me." Then, "Who am I?" And instead of answering, "Look," because when the answers stop, you don't disappear. Before you say, "I am successful, I am afraid, I am unhappy, I am spiritual, I am lost," there is something simpler. I am. Usually we hardly experience this by itself. We immediately add something. I am tired. I am worried. I am not good enough. I am this body. I am this personality. But before everything that comes after I am, there is the undeniable fact. I am. I exist. I am here. You don't need to think this. You already know it. This is why, "Who am I?" is not asking us to discover a new identity. It takes us in the opposite direction. For a moment, don't be your profession. Don't be your age. Don't be your history. Don't be your problems. Notice what remains. I am. And don't turn this into another spiritual answer. I am awareness. I am consciousness. I am the self. Those are still words. Instead, experience the simple fact of being. You can do this anywhere. Let everything you normally place after I am fall away. Not, I am this. Not, I am that. Just, I am. Nothing special needs to happen. The invitation is to notice something so ordinary and always present that we usually overlook it. Perhaps Uno's mistake is also ours. We spend our lives trying to improve and complete the person we believe ourselves to be. Ramana invites us to ask, "Who is this I that I have spent my whole life trying to satisfy?" Try it. The next time fear, anger, anxiety, or the feeling that something is missing appears, ask, "To whom has this appeared?" To me. Who am I? Don't rush to answer. Notice that you are here. Before the answer. Before the story. Before becoming anything. I am. Stay there for a moment. Not thinking about being. Just be.